Hello, welcome to another edition of Sik'ar Reviews, second one today. And this time I'm going to bring you the Acid Deep Dish. This is yet another one from Drew Estate. As you can see, that is very box pressed. This is among the sharpest box presses I've ever seen. Surprisingly, most of them are from Drew Estate. The Drew Estate Deep Dish and the Java Mint. Most of the Java line is box pressed with very sharp corners, and the CAO Flathead is another one, but that's another brand. This is an Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper. It's kind of mottled, but it is a very beautiful looking wrapper. I can tell you it's high quality. This is not a cigar that I would roll due to the fact that it's square, which kind of makes it a little difficult if you like doing that thing. It's not recommended that you do. This has Nicaraguan Cuban seed long filler and a Nicaraguan binder. That patchouli smell that's so common in acids is very noticeable on the wrapper. Very noticeable on the foot as well. Dry puff is sugary. This is part of the blue line, so it should be very similar to Blondies, Cuba Cubas, and I think the Extraordinary Larry is also a blue. And you got the blue crushes too. This is a 5x58. Which is surprising. It does taste just like a Cuba Cuba at the beginning. But it's surprising that this is a 5x58. Almost a 60 ring gauge. You usually typically see 6x60s or 4x60s. Very rarely do you see the 5x60 or nearly 60. Kind of getting some oak notes behind the sweetness. Strong retro hail. That kind of reminds me a little bit of Rice Krispies, surprisingly. And light coffee flavor that kind of lingers on the lips just a little bit. Anyways, I'm going to get to the halfway point, let you know how this progresses. I'm sure it's going to be very sweet, at least to the halfway point, and then the tobacco flavors will start to pick up, as so often is the case with Drew Estate's acid line. So I will see you at the halfway point. Hello, welcome back to the halfway point in this deep dish. I'll say this, out of the blue line, this so far has more tobacco flavor and less sweetness than most of them. This kind of has some espresso notes and some cocoa notes, along with the slight sugariness, which is not nearly as strong as in some of the other in the blue line. One thing I will say though is it is not burning all too even, but it's not enough for me to complain about. I mean, it's a very sharp box press. A little wonkiness is to be expected. I didn't expect a perfect burn on this. It's got its moments. one thing I will say about this is that the shape makes it awkward to hold in the mouth. Not entirely pleased with that. It just feels weird. It doesn't, I don't know. It's like you can't form a great seal around it, so it's like smoke leaks out or you don't have enough suction or whatever. It just, there's something odd about it, and I'm not too keen on it, especially with the wonky burn too. But the tobacco flavors are good, so. Anyways, I will see you at the final third of this and let you know how this is progressing at that point. Hello, and welcome to the final third of this acid deep dish from Drew Estate. A very good aged tobacco flavor is lingering in the back of my mouth right now. Slightly peppery, but more like oat and what do you call it? Maybe some hops, barley. Semi-bitter, but very pleasing. There's just a little bit of sweetness that lingers on the lips for a second and is gone. The finish is very decent on this. There's some cocoa flavors and some espresso flavors in the smoke as you puff. Retrohale is still pretty decent. It's a long burning cigar. I'm very pleased by that too. So many of the acids tend to linger on the shorter side. But you know what? I've not had a problem with them being too short. So that's a good thing. Do I recommend the deep dish? Yeah, it's worth a try. Even if it is kind of odd to hold in the mouth. And even if it doesn't just feel comfortable. And yeah, even if it's a little wonky. It's got some really neat flavors that are coming out in here. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a recommendation. And just add and subscribe, leave questions, comments, feedback, and suggestions. And if you've smoked this and you agree or disagree, go ahead and leave some comments to your opinions. Just keep it nice is all I ask, and enjoy every puff.